Hello and welcome to the Owl Upstairs Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today and being a part of this gorgeous community. And thank you to everyone who has supported this channel so far with liking, sharing, and subscribing to the content. I just am so grateful for you and for your love and support. Today, we are asking the universe to share messages with you about your manifestations, what you're manifesting, and how it's in alignment with the highest good, and how to support you in this process. So, we have 3 piles here. We're going to draw a card to help you tune in with your intuition and feel which pile best resonates with you. So, Spirit, could you kindly share with pile 1, 2, and 3 what their manifestation best serves them and their highest good, and any information that they need to know. This is pile 1 and 2, and then let's get pile 3, please. Pile 3. Okay, so we have the dragonfly spirit with change for pile 1. We have pile 2, the enchanted fern grotto with refuge. And pile 3, we have the spirit guardian of autumn and letting go. So take a moment and tune in, ask your team in spirit or your higher self or whoever you work with for guidance on which pile will best serve you and resonate for you. And if you'd like to click ahead, there are timestamps in the description box below, and you can click on those there for each pile, and I will see you in the readings. Hi, pile number 1. You are drawn in here to the card of change. So initially, I'm getting that there's a need here to help and support with your manifestation. What will best serve you and your highest good is to allow things to flow. There's ancient patterns, I feel like, that are being played out right now. I know you have the awareness of these types of patterns, and you're in the middle of transforming them. So to help your manifestation change and being able to allow yourself to flow is going to help support this a lot. So we also have, wow, the card of Nethus, or it's the rune of Nethus. Might be saying that incorrectly, but this is also the rune of change and willpower, determination. This has been something that you've really worked on for a while, pile number 1. But what is amazing is that you yourself have overcome tons of obstacles, and there's this beautiful path ahead. You see the way forward. You see the light. So it goes so nicely with this one, the path of change and flow. And again, seeing the light, the path forward that's illuminated for you. That's beautiful. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have the card of pride. Okay, then we have the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. Wow, that is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, we have recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. Okay. And we have align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? And we have the silence. I heard it's deafening and it's killing you. There's like rips or tears in your aura as well, pile number 1. From, I think, not speaking your truth, maybe, or something of the past that needs to be completed. I'm not sure. Let's tune in and see. Okay. Well, all right. So, pile number 1. Isn't it so funny when we set the cards out? We have change, change, and align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? So, pile number 1. What a giant sign for you about change. It comes up so much. Okay. So I feel like for you, pile number one, to assist you with manifesting in alignment with your highest good. Silence also to me means listening. With listening to maybe or reviewing things of the past, listening to spirit, because when we're silent and we're not talking, we're listening, I feel. There's a rainbow aura here, and there's this beautiful rainbow here too, talking to spirit. But you know what? With the inner child and tenderness and rare gifts, this makes me feel like maybe you're also not listening to your inner child's needs and taking care of yourself on some way. You're hanging on to dear life for something. I also have a really bad headache right now. So I feel like pile number one, something is causing you a lot of tension and frustration in your mind. Or it could be actually stress or tension headaches. Okay. Golden children, I also see this gold coin. I think that there is something that you're not wanting to admit to yourself within this process of change. Like maybe you think that you don't need help, or maybe you feel like you got this, or you're not speaking from a place of illuminated truth. Or maybe you're look at how still this water is. And this is, I don't know what that is, but it looks beautiful. I guess it's a firefly or a dragonfly. But the stillness in this water versus the choppiness of this water. So I'm wondering, pile number one, if there is some emotions or your subconscious water is a bit choppy. And that's why the first message was all about flow. I'm wondering if you're trying to fight the tide or fight the currents of whatever you're navigating right now and trying to manifest. Like maybe you're trying to be the micromanager of the universe, you know, because sometimes it feels like we have. Oh, I also just heard that you need to stop saying something. Like something that you're speaking about or saying about either yourself or others or the universe is not true, is not in alignment. And that's another thing. The beliefs that you have that you're telling yourself needs to change and they need to be transmuted and let go of. Yeah, transformed because they're old beliefs. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. Maybe about the beliefs that we're looking to transform to help with your manifestation. Spirit, what does pile one need to change in regards to their beliefs and anything else that would best serve them? Please. Thank you so much. Okay. So we have Nine of Wands. We have Knight of Wands. Ooh, we have the Sun card. Love it. Ooh, we have Judgment. We have King of Swords, and we have Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is about holding on to something that no longer serves us, but I think it's a protection mechanism. Like this gorilla is got all these butterflies. We talked about butterflies of transformation, talked about the mind, our beliefs and our insights, being very clear and honest with ourselves about this. I think it's interesting. We have the Sun and we have the Judgment. So things were eliminated and then we're being called to like really, I almost said come to Jesus with him, but more than that. It's like monkeys on your back or these little birds that are, I don't know, it's like these seem pretty heavy. Nine of Wands is more about fear and anxiety. And the Knight of Wands is very, very fast moving. He seems cheerful here. I'm wondering, pile number one, if some of the anxieties or fears that you have makes you take impulsive actions. And if so, it makes sense because we are trying to protect ourselves. But I'm wondering if some of these fears are hindering you from being able to step into your like new opportunities, your new manifestation. I do feel like your gifts and what you have to share within your manifestation, what you're trying to bring forward. You know what? These are these like rifts too. Mm-hmm. Are you being quiet? Are you not speaking up about your gifts or your needs? Maybe you're really tired, holding on to old ways of doing things. Pile number one, I'm also wondering if we need to admit a mistake or where we were wrong. Maybe we're not talking about it. Maybe talking about how we misjudged a situation or a circumstance that we tried to be in control over or dominate, or, maybe we led from our ego, which is very normal. We all do it. It's part of being a human. Maybe that's where we're being called to ask to transform maybe some of our perspectives and some of our beliefs, or like how we talk and work with people. Maybe you like being in charge and protecting like your space, or like you're holding on to a limited belief, and maybe you're being called to the way you manifest things is by communicating differently and thinking differently. Because when we feel like we need to be right or in control, or like force the universe, like when I talked about micromanaging the universe and like being the general manager of what God, source, spirit like wants for you, instead of surrendering and trusting that they have portals of opportunities for us and that they do guide and walk with us every day. Because sometimes it can feel like, especially when we're in that place of fear and anxiety and doubt, like it can feel like they're not with us, or it's like, why are we doing this, or how come I'm going through this storm, like we can get caught up in a very specific frame of mind, which is very normal. So what helps open doors to resolutions and create stronger relationships could be admitting that your perspective was only one side of the coin, and that when you are humble and we're open to compromise, sometimes that will actually open huge doorways, because maybe some of these people or these circumstances will bring in perspectives that you never had considered before. And by doing so, it shines a light and illuminates areas of your life where you didn't know you could have greater flow. So pile number one, I feel like with your manifestation, rather than being alone because you want to, you're stubborn, you don't want to back down, you have a very clear idea of what you want, maybe focus on cooperating with other people and going at it together instead of feeling like you have to go at it alone, and speaking up about what you feel like you need to make any apologies for, like any wrongdoings, or just, or speaking to spirit and asking for help and support, because sometimes I think we feel like we can't ask. So maybe that's it as well. But when you admit any mistakes, or if you say any apologies, or open up to your heart and your inner child, maybe you have to apologize to your inner child for pushing forward all the time. Maybe you owe yourself an apology. It's going to resonate with everyone a little bit differently, but you'll know because you have the illumination and the insight for what this is talking about specifically for you. So pile number one, let's ask spirit now, once you make those changes within the communication that they're asking you to shift, what's the outcome? How does your manifestation move forward? What does that look like within your life? Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, so things will change, and we have 10 here and we have 10 here. So 1-0 is like completion, like new beginnings and completions. It's like it's the turning of the cycle. We also have the Knight of Cups. You'll get some new emotional messages. I think things will be really resolute. But emperor penguins are interesting because the men and the couple like steps up and does a lot of the nurturing and the mothering, and they're very loyal. Emperor penguins, I'm pretty sure, mate for life. So I feel like this is, once you surrender whatever this is for your manifestation, it'll feel light and joyous and like a party, but then it'll also be something that you can commit to for a very, very long time, if not a lifetime. And it's going to bring you inner peace, prosperity. I feel like you also get your power back. So in whatever way you've felt disempowered, I feel like this is going to allow you to step into harmony, peace, and empowerment. Yeah, with the Page of Swords. And we have the Chariot. Wow. Let's do that in this. Okay. So pile number 1. Don't be afraid with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups to take actions on your your passions and what your emotions tell you. So, but do so in a way that brings you peace and helps create forward momentum. The page makes me think that this is fresh mindsets, fresh perspectives. The cats are very independent, but with green, this makes me feel like you're using your mind from a place of your heart, or you're listening to your heart and you're using your heart's knowledge on creating this momentum forward. This is going to be very healing for you, pile number 1. Whatever this is that you're manifesting, whether it's a relationship, a job, a new way of being within yourself, it definitely feels like it's going to be powerful, peaceful. You're going to really enjoy it. So anything else, Spirit, that I missed that you would like for me to share before we call it a day? Keep going back to this one. Why? Fragmented self is what I'm hearing. Okay. In what way? To the north. Facing your true north. Facing your truth. Okay, so approach your truth in perhaps an unconventional way. A way that you've never considered approaching it before. So if your truth is, it's like Spirit's truth as well. I think if Spirit wants you to work with them to help you manifest your, or see your truth. Let me ask one more time, because could you please help me, Spirit, understand this? And you know what's interesting? The candle just went out. I feel like you're burning yourself out. Yeah, we need to put an end to that cycle because you're burning yourself out and it's causing you some disappointments. So once, again, you complete this cycle, you take care of yourself, you face your true north, even if that means disappointing other people or letting some things go. I think you're going to be so much happier and more fulfilled and feeling so much more peace because you're taking care of yourself and your needs first. However that manifests for you, pile number 1. Alrighty, pile number 1, this is your reading for today. Thank you so much for being a part of this gorgeous community, and I appreciate you spending time with myself and with Spirit for these very sacred and beautiful messages of transformation for your manifestation. If you feel called to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, I would love to hear from you and to have you a part of this beautiful community. And if you also feel called to work together on a one-on-one basis, I do offer readings. You can book a session with me using the link in the description box to my website at theowlupstairs.com/appointments. Have a gorgeous day, pile number 1, and we will talk so soon. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. You're drawn here to the card of Refuge. And in the last pile, I had right at the very end my candle burn out, and I heard very specifically you needed the color green. Like that was made very clear to me. And I was also led to, it's a nice day to day where I live, and I had one of my windows open, and I was told very specifically I needed to shut my window for this reading, that it was important in some regard. So we'll see what comes up and why. This Pegasus is really standing out to me as well, and like the protection bubble around it. So shutting the window might have to do with some protection, taking refuge, being safe within a sanctuary, healing as well with the green and the heart chakra. So let's see what else we got. All right, so we have the card of Fehu, which represents livestock, wealth, abundance as well. Tenacity. Change. Oh, wow. Okay, so pile number 2, if you felt at all drawn to pile number 1, I would encourage you to watch that one as well. Okay, we also have called Soul Gift and Training. It's time to step up. Be honest with yourself. All of your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. So accept your truth and let Source take it from there. I feel like I can breathe easier with this card. That's nice. Okay, break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, and rewriting the future. And White Owl. Wow. Alrighty. So, pile number 2. Let's see what we have going here. When I tune in, I am immediately drawn to this Jupiter and expansion, stepping up, making changes. Fertility, wisdom. These stars are magic, so I feel like you're being guided by spirit. Let's be honest with yourself and accept your truth and let Source take it from there. I feel like you're standing strong here and expanding from a perception that you once had. We also have healing. And healing. Maybe you're a healer. Maybe you're being called to step through and make some changes for healing within your life. So depends on what you're manifesting for you specifically. So let's say you're being called and you're wanting to manifest health and wellness. Then it could be changing how you work with food, nutrition, movement. But if you're wanting to call in a relationship or manifest a new job or manifest like a home or manifest more abundance, depending on what you're calling in, there's something that's being asked of you to heal and surround yourself and protect yourself in order for this abundance to come in. This also makes me think of the sign of Taurus, which is very abundant, but they're also very stubborn. So I'm wondering, pile number 2, if there is something that you're being stubborn about with this change. I do feel like there is something here that you're being asked to approach change in an unconventional way. So perhaps you have tried making changes that people have suggested for you, or like ways that maybe fit who you were in the past. But I do feel like this is really important that you do things differently. There's something about needing to know that there is a vastness of opportunities and different choices in front of you. When I see this, I also see a mausoleum, which is really interesting, which again makes me think of your ancestors and the people that you've come from, your lineage, and stepping out of the mausoleum into this rebirth of huge abundance and opportunity. Could also be a death and rebirth. So maybe putting down an old aspect of yourself. Maybe that's part of the Jupiter and all of these shadow aspects. The shadow could also be what you need to be honest with yourself about. being honest, I think, is going to bring you a crazy amount of liberation because the truth sets us free. So whether you want something or don't want something, or whether you're, whatever kind of emotions you have, let me draw some tarot cards and ask Spirit what they need to be honest about, because owls are also a symbol of knowledge and truth. So with your manifestation, you can help yourselves and the greater good by being honest and wise. Wow. And then we also have the Queen of Swords, which is all about being very sharp and truthful and honest and being very direct. And the Queen of Swords is a very self-fulfilling person. She's got total honesty with herself, and she's very I see her. You know what? This reminds me of like Girl Scouts honor. That's so funny. So have you taken an oath, or are you loyal to something that you need to, like, are you being loyal to yourself? What are you being honest and loyal to? Is there something that you're not allowing yourself to be honest or truthful about? Maybe in regards to your abundance or what you stand for is what I'm hearing. What else, Spirit? What else? I hear that you're also a wisdom keeper. You are a wisdom keeper. So what else, Spirit, can pile number 2 do to help them with their manifestations? What do they need to know? What serves them in their highest good? Please, any information you would like to share, Spirit. Please. Okay. Thank you. So let's start with the Six of Swords and the Star card since they popped out first. Okay, so we have, well, maybe, here we go. Six of Swords, and we have the Star card. There's a lot of stars here. So this is like destiny, maybe. We have destiny, stars here, stars here, stars here. We have actually the stars, all this outer space, all this planetary. I think part of this change is going to come with, since we have a lot of planets, if you're into astrology, and Aquarius. So part of this, I think, is divine timing with some of the astral things going on right now. Moving on to maybe your hopes, dreams, wishes, desires. Better days ahead is what I'm hearing. We have the Five of Swords. We have the King of Wands. I like that one. Look at that fire. We have the Three of Pentacles. All right. The Seven of Cups. The Two of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. And the Three of Cups. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Because we have also the Three of Pentacles. So we have the 2 and 3 of Pentacles, and we have the 2 and 3 of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so the first thing that snags me is this narwhal crying. Oh, why are you crying? The earth. Is there, okay, so to me, this is either something to do with that you, wow, okay, so many things. Your physical body being one of them, of the things that you're needing to make choices about in home. But I feel like this is also stuff that you are dealing with on a huge soul level with you're probably a star seed, pile number 2. So I'm wondering if some of the feelings that you have and some of the fears or the manifestations or the anxieties that you're experiencing has to do with something that you're karmically facing, changing, shifting from past lives when you were a soul in other planets and other dimensions, which is very powerful and very transformative healing work. They want you to work with something in a very different way. Collaborations with your creative endeavors. I feel like maybe historically you've only manifested, it's like using your strength, this is like mind and heart, I feel. Even though the Pentacles is not typically a suit of the mind, I do feel like there's something here that's like, I think you're stronger than you think you are. We also have Saturn here. Jupiter and Saturn. So, how are you being called to be disciplined? Perhaps because of the working out and the guy that is holding the different, like, do we need to be disciplined with our finances? Do we need to be disciplined with our time, with our energy, with our resources? There's something that I feel like you need to be honest about, because with this card, it makes me feel like you have to protect yourself, but like all of these like vines, even though you feel like you're protected, there's stuff that's like still getting tangled within your field. Like, it's uncomfortable because I don't think, like, yeah, you can cut these, but still takes time, energy, and effort to do so. So be creative in how we collaborate, and we do some type of like spiritual work as well. So if you're a healer of sorts, or if you work with spirituality, star seeds, metaphysics, maybe you're a seer, a psychic, a tarot reader, I feel like there's an opportunity here for whatever you're wanting to manifest, for you to take some time to heal within and take care of some of your own patterns and stuff, like ways of doing things, so that you can free up some of your bandwidth. Because I do feel like there's things that you're being entangled in that's not even yours to, it's not even yours. Like, these come from someplace else. So you're optimistic about moving on because you know you are going towards your dreams, your hopes, your desires. Collaborate with spirit and be open to collaborating with others as well. I think that's going to help you with your advancements. And then also tune into your intuition and see what's maybe not there. You know, go into meditation, ask your higher self or your team and spirit, like, do I have cords attached to me? Do I have, what am I needing to face? You know, or is there other people siphoning my energy? Do I have some of my ancestors in my field trying to like have me go another way? Because as a medium, like, I know that there are times when our ancestors think that they're guiding us towards our highest good, but it's their plan and not our plan. So I don't say that to invoke fear or anything like that. I say that to empower you to be able to use your discernment and to be able to make your own choices and to cut ties of anything that's not you, because you're a sovereign being of light and you have the power and the authority to say, not my business, we're not doing that, and to step up into your higher self and your creative talents and abilities. You're a bold and powerful leader. You have a lot of charm, a lot of charisma. Bring that together with your pure heart and allow some new things to kind of form for you. I think when you're willing to make changes, even if you feel like it's not, let's say you're used to always working until you give to the point where you're exhausted. Well, maybe change for you means allowing yourself more rest and time to meditate or sleep, or maybe you need to change your diet, or maybe you need to change who you're surrounding yourself with, or change your job. I don't know. That's what you need to tune in with your intuition, and you need to ask spirit what serves you in your highest good. There's lots of threads about very high soul level things, your emotions, your dreams, wishes, desires, what your heart wants, your divine will, and things you're getting trapped and entangled in this jungle, this forest energy that you're trying to protect yourself absolutely from, but needs to go because it's not your stuff. You should not have to carry this. This is not your burden to be entangled in. So, pile number 2. This was your reading for today. I hope and wish you the absolute best, because this is huge, huge, huge stuff that you're manifesting for the collective, for the greater good. So kudos to you. If you feel called to share, like, or subscribe to my channel, I would love to have you as part of this gorgeous community and welcome your beautiful energy of light and know about your soul mission. So if you feel called to share, I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. If you want to work together on a one-on-one basis, I do offer readings. You can hit the link in my description box below that will take you to my website, theowlupstairs.com/appointments. And I'd love to support you along your soul's journey. Pile number 2, have a gorgeous day, and we'll talk next time. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. You're drawn here to the card of the Spirit Guardian of Autumn and letting go. Beautiful. So we're asking Spirit today where you are with your manifestations, how to support you, what you can do to manifest things in alignment with your highest good. So let's see what else we got, because I feel peace when I let go, though. Okay, let's see what else we got, because this card's interesting. We have, the Rune of Algaz, which is all about elk, but it's also defense and partnership with the divine. I like this card. This feels really nice. Wow, okay, and we also have abundance. Beautiful. We have lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. This gives me Atlantis vibes. Okay. Stay the course. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going. Oh, that's beautiful. We love that. And Murata, where are you being called to journey to? Pilgrimage? Were you going on a pilgrimage? The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits and Soul Tribe. Ooh, and the Seer. Ooh, cool. Okay. Love this. Pile number 3. Okay, so let's tune in and see where I'm pulled first. The geese. What else? I hear migration. Okay, so we're migrating. We're transitioning. We are surrendering to something because we are migrating to a different land. Journey to, we talked about pilgrimage. We talked about Atlantis, soul memories and gifts. So I think right now, pile number 3, you're trying to manifest abundance, but I feel like part of where you're going or what you want, maybe you're supposed to let go of something that brings you money or abundance right now. Let me tune in more. What is the abundance card representing, Spirit? Your North Star, your soul purpose. You're being called to step into your spiritual self. But I feel like there is a block to doing this kind of work because of a perception around abundance. You're being called to continue because you are going on the right path. I think what bothers you, pile number 3, is you don't know the full path forward. I think their Spirit's giving you breadcrumbs on how to travel from one place to another, but because either you feel alone in traveling or you can only see so much ahead, it's causing you to be nervous. There's no manual for tapping into your intuition. There's no manual about being a seer. You know, when we come online and we wake up to our spiritual gifts, no one says, okay, this is how you do it, because there's no right or wrong way to do it. And I feel like that might be a little bit scary to you because, well, you're letting go of old perceptions of how life used to be, and you're stepping into being a healer of some sort and a seer for the collective. And I think it's important for you to know that you're protected by spirit as you learn and grow and you're doing this and you're stepping online and you're learning how to become this healer, this seer, this uh, pillar of transformation. You've done this in many, many lifetimes before. It probably originated in Atlantis, if not before that. That kind of makes me think, I said, let me close my eyes. Wow. Because you can see so much more when you close your eyes and you allow your imagination and your mind to go blank. Takes you to different places, travels across. You're a traveler, you're a journeyer. You you are literally someone who can journey across time and space. You can see through other dimensions. You can, bring information forward for people to help weave even across different. Oh my goodness, pound number 3. Like you talk to other star beings, star races. You can see energies, entities, beings in their original form. And that's not to scare you at all. You don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. Just it doesn't come with an instruction manual. So we have to learn sometimes through just doing. And sometimes, especially if you're a perfectionist or if you're, you know, you like a manual, it feels uncomfy to do it in that way, to learn through trial, because we're going to make mistakes. It's part of it. I'll be transparent. I didn't believe for a long time that there were I knew that there were energies and entities and other dimensions and planes. Obviously, as a medium, I've talked to them. I've met different beings, yay, rah. But I didn't believe in like astral parasites or implants or any of that stuff. I thought that was all a bunch of hogwash and like hocus pocus. And then I worked with a lady who's a very skilled, very, very skilled healer, and she's taught me a lot. Apparently, you can get implants and you can have entities attached to you. And again, it's not to scare you or to say these things because it's um, like a bad thing, because we have total autonomy over our energetic field. We have total power and control over our thoughts, over our emotions, over what we do with our lives. And by me having that experience, I made fun of myself, and I would tell people in some of my classes that I've taught, like, if that didn't happen to me, I would have called you a liar, or would have said that this isn't real, because I'm one of those people, like, if it doesn't happen to me, how do I know that this exists? And so, especially in the realm of like the metaphysical healing, intuitive community, like there are things that I have to experience myself in order to know the validity and the experience of them. And not everyone learns that way. I'm just stubborn. So know that what you're doing right now, how you're traversing your path to keep going, you're on the right path. You're manifesting the right things. You're following your true north. You're being protected by spirit as you migrate from one plane to another, one place to another, and that you're going to find your people. You're going to find what serves you, to just trust, even if the money doesn't come immediately, or you have fears around that because you have to learn how to do things differently. Spirit wants you to know and trust that it's going to be okay, because you have such a big calling. Pile number 3, this is a huge manifestation. So Spirit, what else can you share with pile number 3 that will best serve them and their highest good in regards to this manifestation that they're calling in, working on for the greatest good, for the collective, for humanity, for the good of all? That one too. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, Queen of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, 6 of Swords. You may have been drawn to pile number 2, perhaps. If not, that's okay, but if you were, I'd encourage you to watch that. We have the Chariot, we have the 10 of Pentacles, we have the Emperor. We have the Ace of Cups And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Pile number 3. All right. So this is definitely about money and what we don't have. And I heard this really interesting thing from an Abraham Hicks talk a couple days ago. And it talked about how everyone has these sticks. And sticks representing the idea of thoughts and patterns and beliefs. And so every stick has 2 ends. So you have a polarity, a positive and a negative. If you think about it, whatever we focus our thoughts on is going to be somewhere along that stick. And so with abundance, I started to focus on shifting more, because we all have fears and anxieties that we need to honor. But instead of me feeding those fears and anxieties and feeding to this side of the stick, I started saying thank you and giving gratitude towards what I do have. And it's been crazy how much abundance has showed up in my world in just a couple of days, because I've started saying thank you for these, beautiful flowers. This is a form of abundance. Thank you for this beautiful weather. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. And just being content and comfy with what I already have. And when I've noticed all of my gifts and my current things that I do have, even though I would like more, and there are fears that I have personally around abundance as well, the more we call in what we love and are showing gratitude and giving thanks to the universe, and we're very clear about our thoughts and where we focus our mind on that stick, that polarity, I feel like you're going to see things change rapidly, because I started giving thanks. Literally, I pulled up to the gas station in my car, and I always pay with cash for like my drinks or any like extras that I have. That's just how I do it. And I didn't have any cash on me, and I was like, well, I'll just put it on my card because it's fine. Don't have cash with me. And I go inside, and I was talking to this man. I was just being nice and having a conversation with him. And then for the first time ever at this gas station, he actually bought my drinks for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow, that's a form of abundance. And then there's something else that happened later that day where it was just like, wow. And then yesterday, I came home from hanging out with my sister and my nephew. On my front porch, we had a box of HelloFresh, which is a food delivery service, literally a huge box of food delivered to our front door. And it wasn't for me. We didn't order it, but it had our address on it and somebody else's name. And that's a huge form of abundance, because it was like a week's worth of groceries for free, because I couldn't send it back to HelloFresh because it's food. So the universe was providing for me in crazy ways. And all I have been saying is just thank you for everything I currently have, and thank you for guiding me, and thank you. And like how fast things have moved forward and shown wealth and creating that new foundation. It does take some work, but the more I focused on those thoughts, the more it was just like, holy crap, all of this stuff is just happening so quickly. So it's like the momentum towards what you want will happen when you start to focus on the polarity of the desires that you want and not on the other. Because it's very normal to sit with fear. I did a lot of EFT tapping this morning over fear, because we also have to honor the other side of the sticks. I mean, we have emotions and things come up for a reason. So it's about being very solid in what you want with your mind and being very grounded in your approach, still taking the steps that you know you need to take to stay the course, but then also shifting some of the things that need nurturing and watering and, coming together to grow your new abundant beginning. It's going to bring you a lot of happiness, whatever this is for you, pile number 3. So just keep going, surrender the fears, know that you're protected, know that things are going to move forward. I was going to say, don't look back on the past. I mean, you can if you are thinking about it from a happy perspective, but don't look back in a way where you feel lack or like you don't have something. Make sure everything that you're focusing on is, yes, moving forward into the beginning that you're creating for yourself, and you're working towards, but from a place of joy and happiness and not fear. So pile number 3, this is your reading for today. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this beautiful community. I would love to hear from you, what you're manifesting, what your spiritual gifts are, how you're helping humanity. evolve within this next level of consciousness, because it sounds like you have a very, very big, beautiful, wonderful gift. So pile number 3, thank you for being here. If you feel called to work together, or you were interested in working together, I do offer one-on-one sessions. You can book through the link in the description box below to my website, theowlupstairs.com/appointments, and love to be a part of your support and your growth. So have a gorgeous day, pile number 3. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.